morning and good evening, South Lake Tahoe. We have a special episode of the Nightly News Update with you. Tonight we have Sean Brokaw, the nephew of Tom Brokaw, famous news anchor. Here he is. This is Sean Brokaw. He's here tonight to talk to us about millennial differences in dealing with the COVID-19 virus.
Well,
here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Say hello.
Hello, everybody. Sean Brokaw. Good to see you. You may be familiar with my uncle, Mr. Tom Brokaw.
We are. Can you tell me a little bit about him?
Mr. Tom Brokaw. I think everybody knows Tom Brokaw, NBC news anchor for many years, but I'm Sean Brokaw, not Tom Brokaw.
Sean Brokaw, ladies and gentlemen, nephew of Tom Brokaw. Here he is. Tonight we have a few questions for you. We're wondering, what can you tell us about millennial differences in dealing with the COVID-19 virus?
Well, Holly, this is a very interesting time in the United States. We have a situation here that is unprecedented for our country. And we are dealing with the time where one must rise to the occasion. And what we don't know right now is, will the millennials handle the coronavirus the way the greatest generation did, or will they fall off into the abyss and not handle it at all?
Now, when you say the greatest generation, are you speaking of the baby boomers?
The generation before me, the World War II survivors, the greatest generation.
So when you speak of the greatest generation, you're not even talking about your own generation, but the one that came before you. Is this correct?
That is correct. The baby boomers are not the greatest generation. We are the children of the greatest generation. We have a unique
spawn of the greatest.
Spawn of the greatest. That is correct, Holly. We are facing a generational crisis here. The millennials rise to the occasion to deal with this crisis.
And as of late, how do you think the millennials are dealing with the virus?
Well, Holly, I think they're doing all they can ask of them at this point. And honestly, the baby boomers in my generation, we're not doing the best with it. We're having a very hard time understanding the reality that you can't go to Home Depot anymore. You can't go to the Golden Corral buffet anymore. The newer generation's having issues with trying to party still, but we're having our own problems as well. So the generation's going to need to rise to the occasion.
What I hear you saying is that the greatest generation may in fact be having a harder time than the millennials?
No, honey, the greatest generation is mostly dead at this point. The baby boomers are having a hard time, just like the millennials will, but I have full faith that the millennials will rise to the occasion.
Very interesting segment. I am so glad you were able to be with us here tonight, Sean Brokaw, nephew of Tom Brokaw.
If I could get one more plug in, I just put out a new
our guest.
A new album.
A new album?
Yes. Acoustic only set.
Okay.
And I'd like to play
an acoustic EP put out by Sean Brokaw, nephew of Tom Brokaw. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, everybody, here we go. Sean Brokaw is my name. Tom Brokaw is the fame. And my uncle, folks. I'm working for myself on my TV. Cause they would not hire me on NBC. Will the millennials step up? Or do they not really give a fuck? The greatest generation they could be. Or they could just watch more YouTube TV. Tom Brokaw was my name, and my uncle Sean Brokaw is my name. Thank you, folks. Sean Brokaw. Tell the folks at NBC. Sean Brokaw.
Sean Brokaw, everybody. Nephew of Tom Brokaw. So nice to have you with us tonight. I really appreciate the interview.
Thank you.
And gives us a little something to think about, especially all you millennials out there. Next up, we have news out of Colorado. People are talking about in Colorado and all of the western states, in that matter, whether or not marijuana is essential like milk and bread. Colorado has officially exempt marijuana stores from closing as part of the shelter in place and has deemed marijuana and alcohol sales essential. Marijuana sales are up 150% since this time last year, and marijuana stores are even setting aside their first hour of business for the sales of marijuana to those over 60 years old. This is something to think about, ladies and gentlemen. We have marijuana sales here in the state of California and Nevada, and we have seen increases in our sales as well. Colorado, you are continuing to lead the game in the sale of marijuana. Thank you very much, Colorado. I'd also like to speak to you tonight about schools moving to an online platform. This has continued to affect those training to become involved in many different professions. And here tonight we are going to highlight move to an online platform for Seeing Eye Dog universities. We have tonight with us Buddha Stingle here. She is in school now to become a Seeing Eye Dog, and she has moved to an online platform and has found such very difficult.
And I am her trainer, Matthew.
Matthew, let's talk about Buddha's schooling to be a Seeing Eye Dog. Here she is, everybody. Buddha, hard at work, studying away. You can see her here.
So as you know, everybody's trying to move to online to practice social distancing. And this is working quite well for humans, but we're noticing a little problem in the dog population, mostly with paying attention for periods of time longer than 5 seconds at a time. So Buddha over here is our training eye dog. She's been learning all about crosswalks today and what 1 beep means versus 2 beeps. Buddha? Is there anything you learned today? Oh, she's awake, folks. She's awake. This is the main problem we're having with these dogs in these online classes, is they're not comprehending what they're seeing on the screen. And they're not listening very well either, folks.
Oh, thank you very much for that news update from the Seeing Eye Dog University. News is Seeing Eye Dogs are having trouble staying awake with the online platform. Technology difficult for our four-legged friends. Lastly, for you tonight, we have news on the average time of day the average American consumes their first alcoholic beverage. As of late, this time has been 8:15 p.m. New research has shown that this time has moved to 10:15 p.m. Doesn't really make sense, does it? Oh, wait. Oh, 10 a.m. It turns out the average American is taking their first drink at 10 a.m. This is a sharp increase in the time of the average American's first drink consumption per day. And with that, we have wrapped up our news for the day. As of now, we will continue to produce our show nightly. A sponsor has not come into place tonight, and we are looking for sponsors to do so. Thank you for watching, and for all of you at home, good night, and keep it classy, South Lake Tahoe.